Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 14 of Passion Project, the variety show that encourages anyone in the speedrun community to showcase the projects that they've been working on. My name is Amber Cypher, and I'll be your host tonight, and I encourage everyone out there, if you have a speedrun project to showcase, you should submit it, whether it's your current favorite game to grind runs for, a new category or game you've been routing out, a task you just finished, or randomizers or bingos, you name it, I want it. You can submit to the show using the !passion command in the chat and following the link to my submission form. Before we get started with the runs that we have planned for tonight, I do have a couple of announcements. I want to remind everyone that Awesome Games Done Quick 2024 will be live in person January 14th through the 21st in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Speedrun submissions will close on September 10th, so get those in. Some volunteer submissions will close September 18th. Use !AGDQ in Twitch chat for more information. And if you're interested in camera, check-in, tech, or any of the other volunteer positions, be sure to apply even if you don't have any experience. And also, GDQX will be live from TwitchCon October 20th through the 22nd. The event will take place on the Games Done Quick stage as well as streamed live on our Twitch channel. Use GDQX, !GDQX in Twitch chat to find out more info and check out the games list because that just came out very recently. They got some bangers lined up. So, tonight here on Passion Project, it is Saturday morning cartoons on a Wednesday night. Yes, I checked my calendar. It is absolutely Saturday morning. I don't know what you're talking about. As I'm joined by Bubble Bass and his commentator, Actual Chatterteeth, as we kick things off with Adventure Time, The Secret of the Nameless Kingdom. And later tonight, we'll have Slosh W speeding fast through Sonic Origins as Amy Rose. So thank you for being on the show tonight, Bubble Bass and Chatter. How you two doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Doing pretty good, yeah.
All right, so I've seen a little bit of this game as Bass has been practicing before the show, and if you like Zelda games, you'll like this one, especially if you like Adventure Time too. So go ahead and take it away, and let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, so I'm Bubble Bass, also more commonly known as Sam. I'm runner of this game, mostly 100%, but I've dabbled with 80% as well.
I'm Actual Chatterteeth. I also run this game. I mainly do less glitch-intensive categories like glitchless and no major glitches, but I helped in routing 100%.
Yeah, and I'll quickly explain what exactly it means to 100%. So what that entails is getting all the hearts, all upgrades, so like our sword, getting all gum globes, and also max hammer inventory, so getting all the baggies and whatnot. And also completing the trade quests as well, as it's required to beat the game.
Good old trade quests. Can't have a Zelda without them.
It wouldn't be a Zelda game without a trade quest. It's required to beat the game. So timing starts when I hit yes on the save prompt here. So I'll give a countdown real quick.
Sounds good.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck. Have fun.
Thank you. All right, so right at the start here, Finn's saying he's soaked, so the right thing to do is immediately jump right in the water. And what this does is I'm actually clipped underneath the floor and get pushed like underneath all the collision here, so I can actually walk. And this right here is actually skipping, going right to the castle immediately. And we'll get back there later, but it's actually like if you go up in that screen right above, it forces you there and you can't leave. We're gonna grab our first thumb shard here.
So this glitch, as he explained, is known as a false fort level change. And it's just us basically changing where we are without actually changing it, so it lets us just walk through stuff. We're going to have many glitches where we walk through things in this run that'll each have different names, so we'll be sure to explain them a little more. He also makes sure to grab the baggie here. Now, baggies are this game's equivalent of bottles, and it's, other than that one just being useful to get right now, we are going to require one to enter the first dungeon, which we're going to go to very promptly. So it's important to get that now.
Yeah, in true Link's Past fashion, we're re-entering the castle through the basement in the back. No dead uncle, though.
Unfortunate.
And here's where we get our shield. It's actually been Jake the whole time. Allows us to push these blocks around. Right here, after I enter this room, I'm actually going to go back down and die on purpose. It's going to set up to do a glitch in a second here. Because otherwise the glitch doesn't really like to work when that text box is active.
I like how we started off strong and just immediate glitch, and it's like, hey, I've seen stuff like this before.
Oh yeah, it'll only get more familiar.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna pick up this pot and pot. Actually, I'm gonna grab this gold drop. That's really good. And I'm actually
Oh, wow.
now walls are just non-existent anymore. Chad, you want to explain what's going on here?
Yeah, so this glitch we call pot animation no cancel, or pot ANC. And so by canceling the animation of us picking up the pot by opening our inventory and inspecting an item, we're able to just interact differently with walls. Typically the outcome we like is walking through them, but sometimes we walk up them like they're slopes. Sometimes we get like stuck by bushes and pots. This form of ANC is very inconsistent. So that's why he did enter that room to clear the text box and then walk back into the other room to die, just because it makes that a little more consistent.
Yeah. Same with what I'm doing right here. So I'm entering this room and leaving back out because it's more consistent to do right here. Again, we're going to do the glitch right here again because it's just walking through the overworld with this glitch is extremely fast and allows us to get pickups just along the way. And also, taking a more direct path is always the best option. And we'll be heading over to the first dungeon here. This other half of the world. And we'll be picking up picks on the way. Our main picks we want to get is obviously gold is very important. We'll have to buy items later in the run. And we're picking up gum gloves, which is like, they're kind of like this game's gold skullshell tokens from Ocarina of Time, sort of. It allows us to get an upgrade later in the run, but they're scattered all across the level. And you only need 20, but there is more than 20 across the map. And we do collect a majority of them because eventually they turn into gold drops once you've gotten all 20 of them.
Yeah, gold is very weird in this run, just as we need a lot of it, but we don't really fight a lot of enemies. So most of it is just us picking up extra gold drops, or as Sam said, when we get 20 gum globes, any future gum globes just become gold for us.
Yeah. Here's the keeper. I'm going to talk to him from behind. It's a bit faster this way. And I have to actually talk to him because if I beat a dungeon and don't talk to him, then I'm soft locked behind him. So we're now entering dungeon 1 here.
So the dungeons are going to be a lot more straightforward than our overworld. Our overworld, we're kind of doing things in a way where, hey, we run over these areas to pick up items while we are able to get them. Because, of course, we don't have some things like, say, a strength upgrade, or it's just something to clear a path to get some items. But in dungeons, we're kind of just going to try to get A and C as fast as possible and just get a mad dash to get the items we need.
Yeah, you can see the inconsistency with this trick there is that, like, sometimes it just doesn't want to work. It can be very annoying to deal with, especially in, like, when you try to go for PBs, especially in any percent, because, like...
I was going to say, it's a 14-minute category,
so
one of these is just run over.
I'm going to try with the baggie, because the weird... It's very inconsistent in general, so, like, even trying with different items can lead to more consistency.
We don't quite know what causes it. It's really unfortunate, because if we did, it would be great, but we just don't. But in terms of what we need in dungeons, we need any unique item and anything that shows up on the map screen. So unique items are such as like the dungeon items, any heart pieces in the dungeons, and map screen items are this game's equivalent of the map and compass, which is the map and pencil, as well as the boss key or the really big key.
Yeah. So again, like...
Then of course we pick up gum globes along the way.
And I'm picking up gold as well. Like, I'm going to be walking up to this room to grab some treasure. Because we need 200 treasure at the end of the run to buy a thumb shard. And also to pay for a race with a character. Basically, it's basically a Dampe race. This game takes a lot of stuff from Zelda.
I mean, it definitely
it's adorable, though. I love it.
It wears its inspiration on its sleeve. Like, when I came into the green room right before the show, I looked at it, I was like, this looks like Link to the... not Link to the Past, Minish Cap was the first parallel I drew, and you were like, yeah, you'll notice a lot of Link to the Past similarities, too.
Yeah, for sure. Takes a lot from Zelda games. Also, I'm walking up a staircase. So, the way staircases work in this game is like, no matter what level of the floor you're on, you can still interact with them. So, I was able to go up a floor with being like many floors below. Very weird. It can be used to gain height or lower height whenever we need. So, I'm just grabbing.
So, we come up here. Oh, you go.
I'm just grabbing the big key there and some treasure chests. I'm gonna do the same thing. So, I'm gonna go the staircase behind. I'm gonna lower my floor even lower here. Then I can access the basement like this.
So, unlike false floor level change from before, this is actually like changing what floor we're on, so we're able to interact with objects such as that doorway, which require us to be on that floor.
Can't really see it, but we just got our first like actual true like Zelda item. This is the slappy hand. Pretty much all like items that aren't like traditional items like affinities, they're all like tied to being with Jake. This is the slappy hand. Good RNG in this room so far.
Yeah, I cannot believe those two pigs spawn next to each other.
You really want to double up on these pig enemies because when they're like Wizrows, they'll despawn once they're done attacking. That's our pencil, so we got all items in this dungeon.
And conveniently, the boss is right there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Grab this fairy to heal up. The one important thing I need to do during this fight is that because I have this animation no clip glitch, I cannot leave the boss for any time because it will crash the game. So I need to be sure I'm staying in the boss room. This is our first boss here. This slappy hand in use. This boss fight is a bit RNG, but not too bad to deal with. Ooh, okay, that's fine. Probably get that double there anyway. That was a bit unlucky with RNG.
Yeah. So this boss, as you're seeing, you have 6 of these, what they call hair apes. They kind of just shoot electric balls, and with our grabby hand, we can just slap them back at them and then hit them in their tushes.
Ooh, unlucky. That's a bit of a skill issue, actually.
I was gonna say luck. Yikes.
Alright, let's say we're not gonna... No soft lock today. Also, we want to
Let's go.
be the boss at the top of the room when we kill him. So the heart piece drops right where we leave. Maybe that's the first boss. We'll be saving our first princess here, the first of 3.
Did we explain the story really of this game?
Not really. If you want to go ahead and
Alright.
chat about that for a bit.
So there's this kingdom, the Nameless Kingdom, and these 3 sisters came here. They built this kingdom. We have the Lullaby Princess, the Slumber Princess, and the Nightmare Princess, who bring music, good dreams, and... Wait, yeah, good sleep and good dreams to the kingdom. The Nightmare Princess like fends off nightmares. And they built this kingdom, and then they were like, wait, who's ruling this kingdom? And then Finn was sent there to like figure out, hey, who should rule this kingdom? And he gets there, and they're like, oh wait, they're all missing.
Yeah.
So we have to go save the 3 princesses to figure out who the rightful ruler of the kingdom should be.
Also, we're about to do our very first wrong warp here.
Sure.
So I'm going to walk up past this fairy fountain. I'm going to spawn into a different room on the map.
Wank.
It's also Gunter here. He gives us gold. So I just went from the top of the map to the bottom of the map because a lot of these cave locations are all on one like sprite map, so actually we can travel in between them. But this makes routing this area pretty neat. Being able to like essentially wrong warp from one place to another. There's a few cases we'll see. That's the one main case we see, but there's a lot of other not so useful cases of it.
What'd you just do? You just kidnapped him.
Oh, that's the Manticore, bro. We need him. I need to get him the Magic Man.
Like a regular sized manticore? Or...
A tiny Manticore, actually.
Oh, understood. You
can see there's some Zora-like enemies in the water here. There's so much Zelda inspiration in this game. It's like kind of insane.
It's adorable.
Yeah, I love it though. And we'll take another trip back to this section of the map, but for now, we're done with this half of the map. We'll see it again later. Now we're headed over to... We're gonna start the trade quest and visit the shop for the first time. We're gonna see our good friend Choose Goose.
Yeah, so... Our trade quest kind of like the big Goron sword, except we actually need it, and it doesn't help us at all.
Yeah.
In this run, I should say.
Yeah, it's not...
There's a bunch of NPCs sprinkled all over the world, and they're like, oh man, I really wish I had this. And it's like, well, I actually have this from someone else. So
it's kind of like nice. The Link's Awakening trade quest, where it's actually like, it is required to read something to beat the game. It's kind of funny.
Oh, you know what? You guys are drawing all these parallels to like the past. I keep on forgetting. Like you mentioned the basement, and I was like, oh yeah, duh.
Yeah.
I just forgot.
Here's our first trade. We're gonna visit Shelby the worm. They're just dying to watch the movie Heat Signature. Now we have the Mind Games book. A lot of it is just books.
So one like peeve about this game, I guess I'll say. So in the basement, we grabbed that gold near the start of the run. If you don't grab that, the main way you're supposed to actually get your baggie is here in this item shop, where we're going to pick up the baggie and the banana ring. So if you just don't pick up that gold, you just have to like grind outside for money.
Yeah.
Which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, like the old 80% rad would have to grind for money for a little bit. It was pretty unfortunate.
Oh yeah, so, you go.
Yeah, I'm doing a different version of This is a false floor change. No, wait, is this?
No, this is just a normal animation, no clip.
Yeah. So I just jumped off the ledge, but now I'm able to walk through walls. Basically, a lot of these glitches are all based on the pause menu being very broken. Like, it kind of like resets, it like makes the game playable for like amount of time, and like it resets all like, I assume it like puts you in like a grounded state. So we just walk through walls. That trick is very similar to the one that's in Link to the Past.
You might be wondering, hey, there's ledges all over. Why don't we do that? Well, how we said the old any % route has to grind. Unless it's a load zone that like changes your area completely, like we just entered. You cannot change between areas unless you throw the gamed meat onto the ground. Which meat you keep in a baggie, and it's essentially just like this bait for enemies. But it's has this property where it also activates load zones for us. Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's the variant where actually we start walking up slopes, and that's not what we want to see for this dungeon.
You never want to see that, period.
Yeah, it has some use cases, but a lot of time it's pretty unlucky to get. So we kind of glossed over, but to enter the dungeon, we needed to get Flambeau, which we'll be getting later. We actually just skipped him.
Oh, yeah.
We did a screen transition clip. So, like, the way collision kind of works is, like, when you transition on a screen, sometimes, like, when you transition to the other side, you'll be clipped into the wall a little bit, and that allows us to go... Oh, whoa, I picked up a pop from below? Okay, I didn't know that.
I didn't even know you could do that. That's never happened before.
Actually. So, all right, I got a variant where I'm stuck in the walls. This is not good.
You should be able to get out if you go to the far left.
You think so?
No?
Oh, wait, stairs.
I believe so, yeah. That'll just put you down. I don't think that'll help a whole lot.
I'm going to save and quit.
Just save and quit.
Yeah. This trick is very inconsistent. Can lead to some very annoying variants of the glitch. A lot of this run can be like saving and quitting to get a good variant of the glitch.
Why I stay far away from any %.
Yeah, any % is just RNG fest. It's like very annoying to go through and like grind attempts, because most attempts just die in the first dungeon. All right, cool. This should be good. Okay, so now,
yeah, that looks good.
So conveniently, the map, paper, and boss key are all in the starting room. It's on a higher up level. So we just grab them all right here from underneath the floor. It's very convenient that we actually can open up chests from below. Who knows that we cannot open them from above, though.
You can apparently also grab pots from below.
Yeah,
so
that's a neat little Easter egg to put in the game. So we're gonna grab our next item here. This is the Hero Gauntlet, essentially the strength bracelet from Zelda. It allows us to pick up big rocks. And it's also important for the boss coming up here.
Oh yeah, so this boss is a favorite, a classic.
I kind of
is my least favorite boss in the game.
Yeah, I don't like any of the bosses in this game except for the final boss because I'm an 80% runner. I've had
he just skips all the bosses.
Yeah, I've had a history with one of the bosses in particular. I couldn't do it. It's not even a hard boss. I just sucked at it, but I'm better now.
Are you talking about the third boss?
I'm talking about Darkfin. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's my favorite boss.
All right, I'm gonna pull up a spreadsheet here because I am still not very familiar with this boss.
Okay. So this boss has 4 different phases where it will shoot out a beam, and you have to place crystals on the ground. Some will reflect diagonally, and some will reflect in like the 4 cardinal directions. And so you have to like line it up so if you see on the left and right, the beam can get around, so it hits itself with its beam. You do that 4 times, you win. The pattern is the same every single time, like where everything falls. So I've actually made a spreadsheet that just has like the positions of everything, where it starts and where it ends. So in case we just kind of are not good at it, we can do it.
Yeah, just in case though. I'm really good at this fight.
Yeah, he is really good at this fight, as you can tell.
There we go.
That is crazy that you got that 1 cycle.
Yeah, I took a lot of time there.
If you take too long to place them on the ground, he'll start just shooting these like orbs at you, which you can hit with the grabby hand, or you can hide behind rocks and he'll just hit the rock. Not the crystals, but the rocks that Sam was standing in.
Phase 1 and 2 are pretty simple with their patterns, but they add more crystals as you go, so there's more stuff you have to move around.
I just realized, could you do walking while rocking with these crystals?
Definitely.
Dude, imagine the crystals worked.
So you can activate them.
That would be That'd make me happy.
Need this here and this. There we go. Alrighty. This is actually been a good boss fight so far. I usually will get an extra cycle being too slow, but practice makes perfect as we know.
Yeah, so I'll say, I believe this boss is named Glorbus, so I don't really know why he's really upset with us being in the cave, but we do have to, unfortunately, end Glorbus's career.
I'm not going to fact check you on that. Pretty sure it's the Chris.
It's literally named, no, it's named Glorbus in the files, yeah. Boss_Glorbus, I'm looking right at it.
Okay, no, I trust you, actually. Yeah, that's something too right there.
I had to look to see what the first boss was called, and I forgot it was referred to as Hair Apes, and I was like, great, this is good.
So I have to ask, how did you end up getting into this game?
Wow, we actually just about to talk about that, funnily enough. So Chad, you can go ahead and explain it.
Yeah, so I got into this game when I was much younger. I had a PS Vita, and I guess I got this on the store, which I don't remember getting at all.
Oh yes, I see you and I were the two people who had a PS Vita.
Let's go. Did you have the OLED?
No, or the OLED was the earliest models, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the OLED.
Respect. Besides the charger cable, it's really annoying. But besides that, respect. 1 second, I'm gonna stop because Sam's about to be walking while rocking, which is kind of important.
Oh no!
No! Okay, later.
We'll see.
Anyway, so I had this game on PS Vita, which it came out on, and I very much enjoyed it when I was younger. And I guess I was like feeling nostalgic for the PS Vita, so I was playing games on my Vita, and I was talking to Sam about it here, mentioning this game, how it was cool, like a 2D Zelda. And then like 2 days later, I get a DM from him being like, dude, we have to speedrun this game, it looks sick. And so we did. Yeah, he was right.
We had to play in the PC version, which we can't really share how we got it, quite frankly, because it's no longer in the Steam store.
Might be delisted, who knows?
It might no longer exist.
The tedious throw in family share.
Yeah.
Bless his soul.
Yeah, that's how we got it. Definitely. But like, so we were on a PC. I'm playing an Xbox for now, but we'll mention more about the PC version in a bit. We had hold up.
He has to walk while rock.
I don't think it worked. I think
Dude, no way.
Dude, these fairies.
This reality is so tragic.
Walking while rocking. They want it to happen. We'll see it eventually. I promise.
Yeah. Fun thing about the Vita version, I believe it's the same for 3DS. Some glitches, like all of the A and C that you've seen with either the pot or the ledges, just does not work. So we have our category. Oh, is this the walking while rocking?
Let's go.
My
God.
No,
I died.
No! You didn't even grab the wooden board.
I was so focused on walking while rocking. I will try it. I'll do it again though.
Okay, noted. But yeah, some glitches were patched in some versions, so we have, as I said earlier, no major glitches, which is just like a console-wide any percent.
Yeah. Now I'm a rock. Oh, okay, yeah. The
yes,
sad
this
thing
is walking
it
while
goes
rocking.
away to loading this transition, but that was walking while rocking. Very extremely useful.
It does work
glitch.
with bushes, but don't ask.
Yeah, it does work with bushes, so we don't call it walking while bushing. It doesn't roll.
So what's fun? With this area, we kind of just do a huge circle around it, which is fun. Can you? I realize this isn't like in the route, but can you show them our good friend Stanley? Or
oh, I can definitely do that. Give me a. I'll
say because then you can at least get the backup gold from Gunter.
Yeah, okay, that's not the way to go. Oops. I'll go show them Stanley. I was thinking about doing that as well. Let me go get Flambo first. I think I have to get Flambo first.
A very important NPC in this game named Stanley, who we usually do major skips to avoid. However, we might as well. I feel like it's important to show him.
Yeah, now we're getting Flambo here. Very important. Item, I guess he's an item.
Yeah, I'd say he's an item. He's our
fire rod.
Magic wand. Yes, thank you. I don't know item names.
No, I also almost said fire rod, and I'm like, that's not right.
Isn't it fire rod?
Wait, one's fire rod. There's another Zelda with magic rod, and I think magic rod is.
Here's Stanley.
There's Stanley.
Hello, Stanley.
He's just hanging out.
All right.
He's doing a roll.
Peace out, Stanley. I didn't even grab Gunter.
Nah, I don't need it.
That's alright.
I have so much gold right now.
That's true. You're a pretty good amount.
Yeah, I think Fire Rod is.
That's
Fire
Minish
Rod
Cap,
is
right?
linked to the. No, Fire Rod's linked to the past. Oh, I actually hold on. I have to Google this now.
Isn't it Flame Rod in Minish Cap? There's a category called Flame Rod percent or something.
Yeah, list of Zelda magic rods. We're just gonna go with that. The weirdest Google I've ever had to do in regards to
Very
Zelda.
important Google though.
All right.
The wiki page probably does exist, so.
There's Fire Rod. That's linked to the past.
Here's the Fart Rock. It's very important.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, so when we got Tiny Manticore earlier, typically the way that you do it is you come all the way over here and get a poot out of the Fart Rock to give to Cinnabon that it makes him laugh so hard that he just falls into the river to then get Tiny Manticore and come all the way back.
Later. Can't see it.
Which is kind of tedious. Understood. Oh wow, you really can't see it. Understood.
All right, and that's that half the map done for now. We'll also do some cleanup later, but we'll be back there.
Yeah. As a little story update, we did just give Tiny Manticore to Magic Man, so he's actually going to be bringing him to California for vacation. So we got Flambeau, who doesn't really like the heat despite being hot. So thankfully we get to have our fire rod? Flame rod?
We'll figure it out once Amber says the update.
We'll figure it out.
So looking at this, it looks like there's just I don't know if okay. So Fire Rod was Link to the Past, Four Swords Adventures, Link Between Worlds, and Breath of the Wild. Like items explicitly named this. Link's Awakening and Hyrule Warriors had the Magical Rod.
That's right.
Gotcha.
And then, of course, there's the Meteor Rod, which is the upgraded Fire Rod in Breath of the Wild. But yeah, that's about it, I think. Wait, other appearances? No? Yeah, I think it's like Fire Rod and Magical Rod. That's all that exists.
Gotcha. Is it really not Flame Rod in Minish Cap? Did I just make this up?
I'm gonna look at the Minish Cap boards right now. Minish Cap.
Sam is very good at making things up, I should just note.
I mean, I'm
yes.
very good at imagining things into existence. That would be category extensions, not... Fire Rod percent is the category you're thinking of in Minish Cap.
I see.
Is he walking while rocking?
I am. Do you need
Just get ledge, ANC.
Oh, true. Actually, wait. Okay, never mind.
Good. Okay, never mind.
The rock gives, bro.
The rock giveth, the rock taketh.
I need to do this. Oh, okay. I'm still rock.
What?
Thank God, I'm still rock. Can I walk up this ledge? I'm stuck.
Oh
no! I'm stuck as a rock.
Thank God, I'm still a rock.
That's what mattered, though. It doesn't matter that I'm stuck. It mattered that I'm still rock.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, we've essentially full cleared now this main castle area. There's gonna be a few things we have to get from shops later on, but other than that, next time we come back here, we're basically going to be our last visit. Mm-hmm. So now we're going to go down into our southern wasteland swamp area after doing a little more cleaning in the forest, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm getting just a few more things in the forest before heading out.
Yeah.
Okay.
We gotta show off more walking while rocking.
Oh heck yeah! I'm also hearing Minish Cap doesn't have a Fire Rod, but there's an item in the game's debug that allows you to edit room overlays. I think you mean layouts and mess with tiles, which is what Fire Rod percent is based off of.
Wait, they make a Fire Rod out of the tiles, or
I think
they give themselves
a cut item. To the cutting room floor we go. This is
you're on your own adventure of yourself.
It is. I most certainly am.
That's funny.
This reminds me of a show I did. I want to say in May or June. I want to say it was June. With I had the Sonic 8 on with Argic, and we were trying to remember whether or not the barrel in Carnival Night Zone in Sonic 3 was ever mentioned in the instruction booklet, and the fact that you just move up and down, and we were imagining it does exist, but not in the instruction booklet. It exists in a strategy guide, but everyone just says, yeah, it's in the instruction booklet. It isn't.
This is like
That is
insane,
crazy that you
like-
both had this in memory.
It's like, was that Mandela effect? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's the
Maybe?
Mandela effect.
That's
Here we
great.
go. Legend of Minish Cap. That's a great,
I love that game. That's my favorite one growing up.
my favorite game.
Wait, Sam, is there a reason you don't just jump off the ledge there? Or?
Yeah, so like we're talking about, there's different variants of the pot or the animation animation no clip glitch. And the one that I had there did not let me walk off ledges, so I couldn't actually walk down off the ledge because I would have just walked in the air. So if I had the right one, I would have been able to jump off the ledge just fine.
Okay, noted.
Yeah, okay, so according to the cutting room floor, the fire rod had a graphic similar to the one used in Four Sword Adventures. While the game does not normally feature the fire rod, the description of figurine 108 in the European version of the game says ice wizardrobes are vulnerable to it. The North American version says that instead they're weak against fire, so it was clearly intended to be included at some point in development. There is pickup text for it saying, "You got the fire rod. This mystical rod shoots forth mighty flames." And apparently it would have also been sold in a shop, according to text for fire rod for 350 rupees. But its behavior is internally identical to that of the debug cell overwrite set item.
Gotcha.
So
I don't mention about the boards in this game. The boards are the random collectible that we need to get because we bomb a wall in the run. Actually, not in a character, but you bomb the wall, and the wizard gets mad at you for bombing a wall in his home. And you request that you get 5 boards of wood to patch it back up. And the funny thing is that when we get there, he says, like, about time you get it to me, or something like that. Like, we just seen for the first time.
Who's in this cave?
Gunter, of course.
Wait.
I'm doing a very delayed animation no clip there, so I can actually grab the treasure. If I do it too high, then I won't be able to grab it. I'll also be death warp because because of the variant glitch I have, I cannot leave the load zone out of this area, so I have to death warp.
Yeah, so we are just coming up on the 3rd dungeon, so that'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
So the vanilla requirement to enter this dungeon, we actually did fulfill. It's completing the 2 other dungeons.
In an 8% run, we do the dungeons not in order. We do dungeon 2, 1, and then 3. There is a way you can actually do them in any order you want, like with glitches, obviously. But it wouldn't be any faster than the order they do in 8% is fastest of doing 2, 1, 3. And speaking of dungeon 3, this is dungeon 3. All this starts as any dungeon would. We see a pot up here. We're gonna do some glitches here. Hopefully get the variant I want. Okay, I did not.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's.
So
You good?
Oh, you go? Nope. Your turn.
What am I?
Okay, so my turn.
Yeah, you got it.
So this dungeon, this dungeon features a gimmick where you rise and lower the water. We're really not going to do that, but it does exist. It is very cool in theory, and then then you play it.
A casual dungeon is like not fun, but also I'm saying this as I've never played the game casually.
His casual quote unquote playthroughs of games are literally just 100%ing them with the glitches that he sees in a speedrun.
Yeah, so maybe casual playing this game was with the use of glitches. It's just my speedrunner brain has just been tarnished. I can't casually play games anymore. Also, the glitches in this game are too easy to do, so it's like, why would I not do it?
I also did not know that this game was the last Adventure Time game developed by WayForward.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so this game was made by the people who made the Shantae games, which is very fun.
It's also this funny fact that this game is no longer listed on their website anymore.
Which is very sad.
The other Adventure Time game they made is.
Apparently, the game's director, Tom Hewlett, stated during a Q&A on Reddit that he wanted to take all the negative feedback that they received for, "Hey, Ice King, why'd you steal our garbage?" and explore the dungeon because I don't know, which he also directed in order to make the ultimate Adventure Time game.
And I will say, he did improve from Explore the Dungeon. That game is...
Oh my god, yeah. I've played Explore the Dungeon. I had that actually... Didn't even realize they were from the same dev, but I, at the same time, had that on Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I was trying to play a dungeon crawler by myself. It wasn't the greatest time.
It's
To
every
say the
dungeon
least.
is just RNG generated, and it's miserable. I think like you could in theory memorize every single possible combination because like they are like pseudo random, but doing that would just be the worst.
I will also preface that we are saying this from a speedrunner brain mind,
Yes.
where that game is literally just RNG what floors you like, where you can complete a floor the fastest.
Yeah,
So
but it definitely improved a lot since that game coming to this.
oh, 100%. I will say that game having other characters though than Finn was super cool.
Oh yeah, I think you're able to play as like Marceline and Cinnabon also,
Gunter.
and maybe Bubblegum also. Like a lot of characters were playable in that game. Very cool game.
Yeah,
Yeah, for context,
us dogging.
Hey Ice King, Why'd You Steal Our Garbage was 2012 on DS and 3DS, and Explore the Dungeon, because I don't know, was Wii U, PS3, 360, Windows, and 3DS, and that was in 2013. This came out in 2014 for multi-platform as well.
Oh.
So like,
Yeah.
but there was like, you know, 3 consecutive games in a row, and then of course there was the Puzzle Quest crossover in 2015 that they also did.
Yeah, the Hey Ice King game is pretty much like in line with being a Zelda clone. It's basically a Zelda 2 clone the way it's played.
Yeah. Just to give update on what we just did, we found if you play vanilla, there's a bunch of chests that are already open in this dungeon, and we found Garrett stealing from all the chests, and he finally drops one thing for us to pick up, and it's Jake's lost wedding ring for Lady Rainicorn. So now he's actually like willing to come out of his shell because he was hiding the whole time out of embarrassment of losing his wedding ring. So Jake's kind of my icon.
For real.
So that item basically has us stop controlling Finn and start controlling a Jake, who can really just attack. He doesn't have a lot of other utility, but he can attack, stand on switches, stuff like that. And this dungeon, a lot of it is actually just like movement and getting from place to place. So we've actually collected everything in the little movement that we've done.
Yeah. And here is Shadow Finn. So he does mirror movement like kind of like Darth Link does. So the only way to actually attack him is actually just use Jake, because he can't track our movement there.
It's really funny, actually.
Yeah.
So after you do that, he becomes this absolutely buff version of Finn. Like, I wish I was playing as that.
Yeah.
And we have to light up the room, or else we can't quite hurt him yet.
So I was very close to getting clipped out of the room there. I had to be very careful. All right, and final phase here. This phase is
So this is
pretty simple phase here. If you want to explain it?
okay. So Shadow Finn again doesn't like the light. The torches are gone. That button that he put Jake near is going to. Oh, that's tragic.
Fine, I'll get it back over. Here we go.
I think you're fine. Yeah. So that button that he put Jake near is actually going to reveal some light. And while he tries to run away from the right, it's whatever. But we can attack him to keep him in that circle. And so we just have to attack him a certain amount of times. He's taking damage while in the light. So our attacks aren't quite damaging him, but the light does kill him over time.
Oh, yeah.
This is my favorite Boston game.
Some of the chat just say
Absolutely.
Ganon vibes, and he does have the move where Ganon throws his spear around. That he does have that attack. It does an absurd amount of damage.
Oh, yeah. During practice, it hit both Finn and Jake at the same time, and you took like 6 hearts of damage
Yeah.
and just died instantly. It's like, what?
Pretty awesome. I didn't know that attack existed until then.
Any percent runner.
Real. Yeah, that's all dungeons done. We do have one mini dungeon left, and we'll be doing.
Well,
that.
we do. Yeah.
Well, I guess technically the Nightmare Castle dungeon also. The last like main dungeon we go into. And now it's just a bunch of cleanup we have to do before actually being the final boss. Like I mentioned earlier with the gum globes, once we pick up all 20 of, or we've gotten 20 of them, the rest of them become gold drops. This helps a lot with like gold routing the run, because then we just get whatever golds fast, and then we have enough for the rest of the run. So I'm going up here towards the mini dungeon to set my respawn location.
Yeah, it's just a lot easier for later because if we need to save and quit, or if we need to die after doing an A and C that goes wrong, it's nice to have this as a respawn.
Yeah.
Nice, that's good.
And I'm just doing a lot of cleanup here.
So continuing on the trade quest from earlier, the last thing that we did we get that from, who did we get that from?
What?
Not Ice King?
Yeah, I got Ice King.
Ice King gives us that?
Yeah.
I didn't realize. So Ice King gives us some like
his fanfic they wrote.
his fan fiction. Coleman is really, really a huge Fiona and Cake fan, so giving him this fan fiction makes him very happy and gives us some of his energy drinks so he can go to sleep. I don't know anyone who would need that energy drink, so it's kind of tragic.
Well, hopefully we figure that out. That's our last gold drop here, so we have more than plenty gold to finish this run. You need at least 230 golds to finish. And heading up to Marceline's cave room, you get some upgrades here.
So what's fun about this is for upgrades, you just throw an item into the water, and then she's like, "This came to my house," and she gives you it. So we're upgrading our banana, so now it like shoots in multiple directions. And our dog.
Yeah, and Jake also. And Marceline's like,
on the right, you're the fox?
Yeah, it's definitely the fox. Like she asks like which one's Jake, and then no matter what option you pick, she gives you Jake back. But Jake looks really like kind of disappointed. Also, I'm gonna save and quit. Oops. I don't know.
Well, he looks disappointed because the default option is like, I know what your dog looks like.
Yeah.
Like you choose the fox by default.
Also, because we beat the 3 dungeons, the main menu changes a bit to be like kind of like the end game state.
Oh, I should say we didn't mention the text you skipped in the final dungeon. So in the final dungeon, we see the Nightmare Princess, and she's basically like, I set all of this up because I deserve to be ruler.
Yeah.
And so now she takes over the main castle. Back kidnaps her like sisters and whatnot. And now we have our final dungeon, which is the Nightmare Castle.
Yep. I have to do it.
And so this is a very, he's walking while rocking.
Oh, I did it too late.
Okay, well you got a second one, so that's okay.
Well, I don't have...
I'm so upset. So this is the hardest boss in the game.
All right, cool. He's dead. Oh, if I got antsy off those rocks, I could have skipped the boss, but I didn't do it right.
Wait.
I went for
what princess is there even to save?
LSP, of course.
Oh.
So we slap her.
Someone got jealous. She got jealous, and so she tells us to slap her. So we do. So now Jake knows true rage, so he just like can punch the ground, which puts down pegs.
Yeah, this attack is like important to actually beat the game. If we didn't need this attack for the final boss, we could skip that mini dungeon. We're just doing the rest of the cleanup now.
Well, in any percent cough.
Yeah, in any percent, I guess. I'm definitely 80% brained a little bit.
Yeah. So we're basically just finishing up the trade quest.
Yeah. We also have to turn in all of our gun globes that we got to rattle balls. Is it rattle balls? Is it rattle globe? Something like that.
Yeah, rattle balls.
They're also... sorry.
You could walk through them, probably.
Pass right through, yeah. My bad. That variant I got is not the one I really wanted, but it works out.
What's also neat, which you might have seen in the beginning of the game, is based on like the state of the world. So, like in the beginning, it was all captured, and right now it's like in the end game, the enemies in the overworld actually change. Mm-hmm. That's neat.
Now we have upgraded swords, so now we have sword beams.
I was gonna say, Zelda 1.
Okay, get at it. It might be... oh, there we go. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
With the different variants you get, you have to kind of find some workarounds for movement in the overworld.
Oh, did you decide which way you're going to get this heart piece?
Yeah, I'll do the Jake clip. There's 2 ways to get this, but I'm going to do the cooler way, which is using Jake.
So it's not utilizing this run because we walk through walls, but if you spawn Jake and he's like slightly partially in the wall, he's in the wall, so you can just run through.
Yeah.
Like the check to make sure he's not in the wall breaks.
Yeah. The other way you can do is if you grab that push block and you go to the right side of it at like a sloped angle, you can get clipped in the walls. It's a bit slower than the Jake clip, but Jake clip's honestly the cooler way to do it.
So that energy drink we're bringing to Party Pat,
yeah,
who is kind of jamming with these bears. Really awesome thing about this room. One of the achievements for this game is like to party in this room and just stand in here for like 8 minutes, like 8 or 11 minutes. I don't remember which.
It's a really good achievement. You just kind of stand around for a while partying with the bears.
Yeah. So giving him that, he gives us the bug milk. So hopefully we find a bug that's like really thirsty.
Yeah, surely that's how we do it. I think I got hungry caterpillar, maybe.
Oh, like slightly hungry or very hungry?
I think he's like famished.
Like white famished caterpillar.
You know, ANC here is to make this move faster. We're gonna visit Dampe, aka Starchy. and we're gonna do a race with him in classic Dampe fashion. And very important thing to
Are
know.
you just gonna be walking, or?
I might rock as well.
Yo.
I'll do it first before I talk to him. Make sure I can actually do it, walking while rocking. You have to actually clear this path, otherwise the race does not work out properly.
Yeah, it's very funny.
I'm gonna do this walking while rocking now. All right. It's like when you're playing prop hunt with your friends and you get caught. You gotta run around the map. And you have to take the path here, else the race is not complete. Because there's like some checkpoints in the race. And that gives us our last baggie, or one of our last baggies. And we're gonna head up right here, talk to this demon, give him the bug milk, and give us the Enchiridion. That's the trade quest complete.
Woo! Now we're nearly done with this area, so that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, for the road. It didn't go away immediately, but I had to.
No, I respect it.
We got a bit more cleaning to do. We got to go back to the shop to buy that last heart piece, the last piece of wood. We're gonna get an item from tree trunks, but we'll not be actually completing her quest. It's not required.
Yeah, there's another little side quest where you can get essentially a potion shop from Mr. Pig by delivering a love note from tree trunks.
I'm gonna do a swag strat here for the fans.
Oh, let's go.
So
how the rooms are interconnected?
Yeah.
Oh, you go?
I mentioned that the caves are interconnected, so all these shops are also in the same map too. So I entered the base shop from Out of Bounds from the VHS room. It is actually slower, but it's really cool. I had to show it off.
It is?
It's slower, yeah, because the pot shop's like on the way to where you need to go.
I know, but you don't have to do the screen transition. So that's why I thought
walk
it
back
might
to the
be
shop
faster.
now, so it's slower.
Oh, that's right. You didn't enter Chuskusa's shop. That's fair.
Yeah, but you can. So that room is like casually it tends for you to do it with the slammy hand, but you can do it without it. It's just a lot harder and a bit risky.
You're not supposed to be able to, but the banana guard that you saw catch Sam, it will like run to where you are, and while running, it can break pots. So it can break like a good amount of pots for you.
You just gotta line it up right.
Also, wow, yeah, you were pretty good on gold.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna go in here, grab our last piece of wood for the wizard guy. Because we're gonna break into his house. Even for the first time, he's gonna like be mad at us for breaking into his home. But let's fix it up for him. Also, the best way to get there is just walking through walls, of course. Why go the casual way?
Unfortunately, no rocking is involved.
Yeah, no. There is a rock coming up. I will do another walking while rocking. I have to.
I was about to say needs more rocks.
I got you.
I love this glitch so much.
What else now?
It's
You
so
can just,
silly.
every interaction is completely normal. It's your good pal TC right here. You didn't give us a love letter.
Poor tree chunks.
That's not to read it, of course.
How we determine 100% is based on like the item screens within the pause menu, and as well as our HUD with the hearts. So we actually get no like label of completion for delivering Mr. Pig the love note and unlocking his like spare thumps shop.
Yeah.
And so sadly we don't deliver the love note.
So it only gives us like an actual item to use in our baggies, not an actual baggie. So it is no point actually complete the quest. I'm gonna grab this last overworld thumb shard here. I'll double check I got them all. Alright, we're good. I should have 2 remaining slots left, and there's 2 in the final dungeon. This wizard thief, he gets mad at us for breaking his house, and then we patch it back up. Even though we didn't actually blow up the wall, we kind of just walked through it. He still got mad at us anyway.
And he doesn't even repair the wall.
Yeah.
Like, he just keeps the wooden boards. It's like, cool. Get the heart piece. Oh wait, did you get it already?
Got it.
Oh wait, you got it on the way.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. I'm like paranoid about that heart piece because, yeah.
I usually get it early in the run, but it doesn't not slower or faster to get it in either spot. So like this is now we're gonna see the actual use for the trade quest here. These stones outside the dungeon are only readable once you have the Enchiridion. It's kind of like the magnifying lens from Link's Awakening.
Oh, is it actually this the fastest way if you don't get the
going all the way
ANC?
around would be slow. You actually skip the Enchiridion if you go all the way around and do a screen transition clip, but it's a bit slower. So it's just faster to do it casually.
Well, if you're coming from the right side, or left side, rather. I would say in tragic.
Oh, you want to see? That's all right. Yeah, this is like another part in the 90% run where like different variants of the glitch can just lose you so much time, especially with having to reload. You either leave the dungeon or you can save and quit. The variant I want here is one I can just walk through any wall, no problems. So let's see if I get it here. Okay, cool. I've got it. Now we're just cruise to the final dungeon here. In a casual sense, the dungeon is insanely long.
Oh yeah, it is kind of fun, honestly. Though Glitchless has fun with it.
Shadow can speak from experience, being the one and only glitchless runner. I guess for a good reference, also how much time glitches saved in this run. Glitch's world record is around like 2 hours 17 minutes, and the 80% run is 13 minutes long. So it saves a lot of time to do the glitch.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I will say the glitchless run is not as optimized as the 80% by far. However, it saves well over an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like, undoubtedly.
Then we got,
and then you talk because you just got
this is basically like a tunic upgrade. It gives us better defense.
Okay, I was gonna say he just lied to you. That's basically just double defense.
Yeah. Well, I can get the red tunic. That's a attack up, but also the blue tunic is a defense one.
I'm a 3D Zelda guy, so I just like don't you say these things and I'm like you're wrong, and then you're right, and then I'm like Phineas in that one scene.
Yeah, I would know as a true LAS head. Big Link's Awakening speedrunner here.
Huge LAS hundo speedrunner. That being Link's Awakening Switch for those who don't know.
Mm-hmm. Link's Awakening Switch hundo is something to be witnessed.
it's really fun until you get to the Dampe portion, then you're just making dungeons for an hour.
That sounds about right.
But it's really sick, and big shout outs to the Lime Films one for.
I was literally gonna say
being the GOAT. That's our final heart piece there. We have maxed hearts now.
Lime just is the GOAT.
Yeah, I recall Lime pushing 100% as their main category for a while.
Yeah, big respect. I'm just double check I have everything here. All right, we are good. That is 100% completion. We just have to beat the final boss now. Because we're entering the final...
he has to get the key
boss
real quick.
Yeah, so we gotta get the boss key.
Now, it's very out of the way.
It's very out of the way, being right here. We've got this pipe area. Hold up. Also, I will say
so annoying in glitchless.
It's very annoying in glitchless. You have to go all the way around that.
It's just right. It's so dumb.
So I mentioned now that there's the final boss. We are able to choose the ending. So if we get a poll going for what ending we want to go for, I'm more than happy to do that.
What are the options?
I put them in the Passion Project chat.
Okay.
One sec. Sweet. So I want to keep sword beams here. Obviously, it makes this fight a bit quicker because you can hit her. You can more quickly hit her.
Oh, okay.
And they're very strong, which is shocking.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's already on to the second phase. This pool, we just have to slam her to get her up. And then she, comes up. This is Nightmare Princess, as we said. She's not too happy with us.
Also, hi, Body.
Yeah, this is Body. It would not be a Zelda game without a boss with a giant eyeball.
Mm-hmm. It's just 4 swords Body with a skirt.
So, like, upgraded Body, basically.
Yeah. Exactly that.
Do you want to explain this, Sam?
Yeah, I have so basically, the only things I can actually damage that, like, shield she has are these fear globes. What I can do here is I can actually, so I don't have one in my baggie right now, but I can do a glitch. I'll show it right now. If I press the B button to close the pause menu, it uses the bagged item since the B is also the close menu button. So it actually uses my empty bag. Use whatever item I last had in it. It can be very useful. It's also, you can get like healing items in there if you want to like have a quick heal. But the use in this run is to to have the fear globe stored, so we can actually don't have to get a new one from her.
Our winner is Nightmare, by the way, with 47% of the vote.
That is the true ending.
So let's
That
go.
is the true ending. Chat knows. God, I just cringe so much thinking about how like annoying, not annoying, but like much harder this fight is with glitchless, being unable to do this globe thing.
Yeah.
Or lobe thing. Oh.
Also, this, I think I know about this fight in the 80% run is that you do this fight with being able to take one hit of damage because you have 3 hearts. This fight is very hard in the 90% run.
Do you grab the invincibility baggie in the 80% run or?
No. I mean, you could in theory to play it safe. Although time is, I will say time is coming up once we actually select the princess here.
I think is it when it fades to black or just when you close the last text box?
Out of the text box.
Okay.
Excellent.
And time right there.
GG.
GG.
That looks like that is a high 52 or low 53. Yep, 52, 59.9.
Oh, let's go. Sub 53. That's like 30 seconds off PB or so. So I'll take that.
And that was even with like various shenanigans, including soft lock.
Oh yeah.
That was the rock.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of, my PB also has a lot of mistakes, but like, Definitely had a lot more mistakes, but this was a very good run so far. I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, that was excellent. I just really enjoyed, like, you know, all the silly glitches. Like, we were 10 seconds in and we were walking through everything.
Oh yeah, this game is insanely broken. Like it's the fun. Like Chad mentioned earlier, like a lot of the glitches aren't possible in like the PS Vita and 3DS versions. And we have a category called no major glitches, which essentially is no animation, no clip, but like we don't want to call it that. It's not as smooth. But like there's still tons of glitches without that, the big one that we use a lot. This game is insanely broken, but insanely fun as well.
And if you wanted chat to be able to find you two, where can they find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/bubblebastard or twitter.com/speedandsam. Those are my socials.
On Twitch, I'm actual Chatterteeth, as spelled there. And on Twitter or X, that's whatever you prefer, I'm Chatterteeth SRC.
Let me, if I can type things correctly. Thank you, Richard. Richard has got me.
Awesome.
Let's go, Richard.
Appreciate you. All right. Any shout-outs before we head to break and get ready for Sonic Origins?
Yeah, so big shout out to obviously Chad for helping me commentate and also help me route 100% all those months ago. It's been very fun. And also, Chad, you want to give a little background of what you want to, not background, but you want to explain, give a little news for everyone watching about this game?
Oh, so it's something we've been working on since like last year. But this game, if you are interested in playing it, of course you'll be able to find it on your own because we can't really distribute it. However, I've been developing a randomizer for this game. Ooh. So if that seems like something you're interested in, I would recommend joining the Speedrun Discord, which you can find at speedrun.com/SOTNK for Secret of the Nameless Kingdom, and asking about it there. Yeah. Also, shout out to that Discord. There's great people in there, like Shark Dude and Jelly. Mm-hmm. It's not the most active community right now, but they're really just awesome people. Yeah. I love all of them in there.
Yeah, it was really hard to make the game what it is today.
Yeah, that is awesome. This game looks like it'd be great for a randomizer too.
Oh yeah, it's so fun. Obviously being a Zelda game, it's like a perfect randomizer material. There's like tons of like, I guess filler items to grab. There's also like key items you need to grab. It's perfect. The only thing that kind of sucks is that like grabbing keys in the overworld don't go to specific dungeons because they're just kind of like they're just keys. It doesn't like, they're not like specific to a dungeon.
Yeah, how they're coded is just tragic. But that's okay.
And here's the true ending here. Also, this is not actual Bubblegum's voice. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, she's voiced by Laura Bailey, who also voices the Nightmare Princess. That's not her normal voice actor though at all.
Just like you asked us to.
Good, as long as it wasn't Nightmare Princess.
Oh.
As a dream sage, she's also a powerful wishmaster. Having two of them in such close proximity would have serious ramifications. It would destabilize Usopp.
Sam, what'd you do?
It wasn't me. The chat decided to pick Nightmare Princess, right?
Chat did make this choice.
You're gonna blame chat?
Yeah, of course.
Hello?
As a streamer,
absolutely.
you're supposed to blame chat. No, it's never your fault.
We wouldn't dream of it.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Now Glorbus is gonna destroy the entirety of Oo just for that.
True that.
I dare you. Yeah, shout out to Glorbus.
That was you're the Nameless Kingdom right there.
I like how the title screen changes as well.
Oh yeah, it's a neat little
So-
detail. It's just like once you've beaten all three dungeons, the game's like, all right, now you're in the end game. Now it's getting serious.
This game itself is just a passion project. I love it so much.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Well, thank you both for being on the show. That was a really awesome run. And we're going to be right back in just a few. I just want to once again remind everyone that Awesome Games Done Quick 2024 will be live in person January 14th to the 21st in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Speedrun submissions will close September 10th. Get those submissions in if you have not. Time is running out on that. Volunteer submissions will close September 18th, so you still have time for that. Use !AGDQ in Twitch chat for more information. And if you're interested in camera, check-in, tech, or any of the other volunteer positions, be sure to apply even if you don't have any experience. It's a great way to start getting involved in the speedrun community. We have something for everybody. And if you missed out on any of our other Hotfix shows or past events like Flame Fatales, be sure to check out the VODs on youtube.com/Games Done Quick. So we'll be right back with Sonic Origins with Slosh W, and we're going to have some awesome Amy Rose speedrunning in just a few minutes. So get up, stretch your legs, and we'll be right back. Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 14 of Passion Project, the variety show that encourages anyone in the community to showcase projects that they've been working on. My name is Amber Cyprin, I'm still your host, and if you have a speedrunning passion project that you'd like to share with us on the show, use the !passion command in chat and follow the link to my submission form. I just want to remind everyone that your support is really great. You should sub your Prime Gaming subs, those gift subs and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel. They all help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. And please consider subscribing if you enjoy the daily speedrunning content. Right now, I've got Slosh W with me, or I'm going to say Slosh for the rest of the night, with Sonic Origins, because Amy Rose was added to the game fairly recently, and we've got a couple of runs across a couple of different categories to showcase with you tonight. So Slosh, how are you doing tonight? Take it away.
I'm doing pretty good. Hello everyone, I'm Slosh W, or Slosh Railord, whatever you want to call me, that's fine. I am a Sonic and Marble Roller speedrunner, and yeah, Amy in Sonic Origins. Really fun, really cool. I'm so glad that Sega decided to finally add her to a 2D platformer. The first category I'm going to be doing tonight is Amy All Boss Rush. So a cool little thing about Sonic Origins. Sonic Origins is a collection of Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic CD, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. All of these games have a few different modes, one of which is Boss Rush. Pretty much you just are thrown into every boss in the game, except there are a few that aren't in 3K for some reason. And you have only 3 lives to get through each boss rush. Most of the time you have no rings. Fortunately, some of the harder fights do have rings. But that pretty much sums up the category, so I'm going to give a quick little countdown and then we are going to be off, if that sounds good.
Yeah, absolutely. Give us a countdown, and I'm happy to see how this pans out.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. So, honestly, this first fight is one of the scariest in the entire run. Because, oh shoot, I need to actually jump. The way Amy handles this fight is she tries to, I'm gonna play the safe, hit the Eggmobile and sneak around the Wrecking Ball. The Wrecking Ball has a massive hitbox to it, so it's very easy to miss the gap and just die immediately. Much like the other three characters, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, Amy has her spin dash and her jump, but she also has a few unique abilities utilizing her Pico Pico hammer. The one that you're seeing me use a lot with the jump is pretty much a jumping spinning attack, where I press the jump button a second time once I'm in the air. And this pretty much doubles the size of Amy's hitbox while airborne. So a lot of these fights in Sonic 1 where Eggman's like up in the sky, just barely out of reach, Amy doesn't really care about that. She does kind of care about it in this fight. Labyrinth Zone, you just sort of chase Eggman up while there is rising water behind you. I am very glad that they give you rings at the start of this one, because I'm very prone to just jumping into a spear for literally no reason.
Same.
And now, this is a fight that's got actually a really cool strat utilizing her hammer. So, Eggman will drop these mines on the seesaws so long as you're not on the seesaw. Even if you're directly above the seesaw, he will still drop the mine. So if the seesaw is flat, Amy's spinning attack gets enough height to hit him, so you can really save a lot of cycles. Also, at the start of this fight, I utilized Amy's other unique ability with her hammer, the Hammer Rush. It's pretty much like Sonic's Drop Dash, except it's the same speed as a single tap spin dash, but while she's stamping her hammer around the ground, you can do a full 180 in which direction you're running in without losing any speed or momentum. So that actually is going to get utilized in Sonic 2 a little bit, and maybe some other places, I can't remember. But it's a really fun ability, and I did miss a hit on the cycle. Eggman has been not too friendly with where the piston spawns have been. This should be the last hit coming up, and then we're going to be moving on to Sonic CD.
Nice.
All right.
GG on Sonic 1 bosses.
I need to remember, don't spin dash. At the end of Final Zone, I have spin dashed through both invisible barriers and fallen off. That actually happened in my very first run of Sonic 1 Beat the Game with Amy.
Oh no.
And that cost a sub 30 on my first run.
Yep, that'll do it.
So now we're into Sonic CD. These fights are a little bit different because, like, none of them take 8 hits, whereas pretty much all of the other fights in the game take 8 hits. Out of the way.
Ooh. Good
Okay, that was a really good egg tilter.
That was so good.
I am convinced that fight is called Egg Tilter because it is meant to tilt gamers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I'm not sure if the full quick kill is possible on this fight in Origins, but Amy can just do that for a slightly slower quick kill. Now we're going to grab these rings and Hammer Rush into maybe the most boring fight in the run. It's a conveyor belt for 50 seconds. That's literally the fight. I remember
I was gonna say, I haven't seen the good ending visuals or the good future visuals for any of these boss fights in like 2 or 3 years. I'm actually really happy they give us the good ending visuals because they're like very different from what I normally see.
Yeah, I had actually not seen the bad ending visuals before like watching HUDs grinding Sonic CD runs. So I had no idea what any of the bad ending visuals looked like. Yeah, fight's about to be over finally. First time I played through Sonic CD, which was in Origins, and I got to this fight, I was so confused. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, I
didn't
think I
realize-
had a similar issue with my casual playthrough, like in 2016 or 17 or something.
I did not realize I was supposed to just run straight.
Yeah, I was like, why am I bouncing off him? Like, what do? Like, I appreciate the fact that, like, they got a little experimental with the bosses. Sonic CD is definitely, of the ones included in Origin, Sonic CD is probably my least favorite of the group, just because I don't enjoy the claustrophobic level design. But
Same.
the visuals are really, really good, and the soundtracks are incredible, which means I have to ask the question, US or JP soundtracks?
You know what? I can't actually remember which one I'm playing as.
Let me unmute.
But they're both good in my opinion. Now we've got one of the scariest fights in the whole run, because this is 6 out of 7 in Sonic CD, and Metal Sonic has been destroying me this past week. So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
This fight, I'm also going to be utilizing the Hammer Rush quite a bit to regain momentum when I jump and lose all of my momentum.
Yeah, the spike placements are just in such an annoying position that, like, when you're playing a Sonic without drop dash or anything like that, losing momentum can be a problem, especially with how Metal Sonic has a tendency to rubber band. It's not as bad as the Sega CD or the Sonic CD 1993 version of Metal Sonic's rubber banding, but you got it first try, and we are gaming.
That is a huge sigh of relief, because I did actually, in practice earlier this week, game over on Metal Sonic. And gaming over in Boss Rush means you gotta start from the beginning again.
Nah, you gamed. We got this.
Nice, I got the second hit.
It's good stuff right there. Amy's increased hitbox. It's like, and if anyone's ever played Sonic 3 and Knuckles and gotten the Insta-Shield or used the Insta-Shield as Sonic, Amy's hammer spin is like the Insta-Shield, but like very enhanced. It's like incredible.
It's like the Insta Shield got a Mega Mushroom from Super Mario.
Yes.
I absolutely love it. I did not actually know that you could get the extra hit on the initial
The
cycle.
first phase, yeah.
With Amy until very recently. Also, that was Sonic CD Boss Rush world record with Amy
Yo, let's go. GG.
by 1 second. I'm trying to figure out where I saved time aside from Egg Spinner, and I don't know where that was.
Yeah,
Yep, that was bad.
There it goes. I've definitely died like that.
Alright, since I am on the first fight, I'm going to just click restart. That, unfortunately, I believe disqualifies this run from, like, speedrun.com, which is really unfortunate because Sonic 1 was okay, but Sonic CD was terrific. But that was the fight there that I was mentioning earlier that Hammer Rush would actually be used for, already messing up Egg Poison. There we go. That fight is so much harder in mission mode. And I'm a lot more used to the mission mode version because of how much I've played mission mode. One little quirk about mission mode in Sonic Origins is each game has a set of missions, and every game has one Eggman boss fight that has a like special gimmick to it. And Sonic 2 is Egg Poison really sped up.
Oh no.
Grab this ring. Eggman. Eggman is tryharding tonight.
He really is.
This isn't even like the fight that I was like really worried about in Sonic 2. And neither is this one. I still am going to grab a ring for safety in case my jump button decides to not work. But I don't really know what they were going for with this fight. I don't
like
think
how
it was
Amy's
that.
just immune to lava after you get the clear screen. It's like 3D Blast where Sonic's immune to damage after beating the boss.
You know, these things are normal. Oh, that wasn't the 8th hit? Okay. Well, that was the scariest fight in Sonic 2 out of the way. Even though they gave you rings, it's still rough. 3, 4, 5, 6. Go in the corner and spam jump. This is the other scariest fight in Sonic 2 because they do give you rings on Death Egg. Thank goodness. If they did not give you rings on Death Egg or Mystic Cave, I don't think I would feel safe running this category in events. Because those fights are really brutal, even with rings.
They're very stressful, like especially Death Egg Robot. Is he just... Oh, okay, never mind. Eggman is not just out of reach. He would be if you were playing a Sonic, but Amy big hammer.
There are times, I think it's after like 3 or 4 hits, he will be just barely out of reach.
Yeah.
But you can hammer bounce onto one of the balloons and bounce up and hit him again.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, let's just jump at the wrong time. That's only
There's
4 hits.
a fan
Ooh.
modification of
Please skip.
Sonic's 1 and 2 that like string together a boss rush mode of Sonic 1 and 2 bosses out of that. It's called Robotnik's Revenge. And that boss that you just did is easily the one that was the most stressful for me when I was like running Robotnik's Revenge.
Really?
Yeah, I would get crushed or like it would just kind of spiral out of control for me. Some of these bosses, like if you like Egg Claw, for example, in Casino Night, they have a certain rhythm to them, and if you lose that rhythm, they can spiral out of control really quickly.
Alright, going for 10 hits. 3, 4, okay, maybe not. 6, 7, 8, 9, and... almost got an 11. I think there's a way to get all 12 hits in one cycle if you attack him from behind.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, I got 9. I apparently can't count.
Yeah, the 12-0 is possible, but is very precarious because there's more to dodge from behind.
Yeah. Now we are moving on to the final boss rush, by far the longest, and I am going to be breathing a big sigh of relief once we're past boss 4, and another one once we're past boss 5, because those are definitely the most temperamental.
4 is Carnival Night. What? Okay. All right, cool. It didn't matter. We're good.
Okay, so there are times where if you die after the boss fight, you will still advance, but you'll also lose a life.
Yeah, thankfully that was not the case there.
I can't count again. I thought I only had 7 hits. That was the fastest egg vortex I've ever done.
Yeah,
So
you were
cool.
gaming.
4, 5, 6, 7. Gotta dodge the fire because you can get hit by the fire. If you get 6 hits, either you have to go for a really fast hit and have Tails grab you again, and then get another one before Eggman leaves, or try and manipulate Tails into face planting into the Eggmobile and dealing damage. Alright, gonna stop at 6 hits.
Yeah.
And then grab the last 2 after he's done with this attack. That fight, I do not understand for the life of me. I was stuck on that fight for like a good week trying to learn Boss Rush after Amy dropped. Okay, missed the hit. I'm gonna just get off that platform. Grab 2 hits. Okay.
There we go. Nice.
That is the last really hard fight.
Yeah, trying to do that really fast is definitely very hard.
And I personally do not think that trying to go for the absolute fastest reading of that fight, I don't think that that's viable in Boss Rush, just because you have no rings for it. And sometimes the game will just decide you're frozen. Also, this is 3 fights all in a row. Fortunately, they give you 6 rings. I'm probably going to drop the juggle because I've been doing that a lot this week.
Okay. I thought you were just dead from falling off.
Fortunately, there's a fun little tumbly thing over here.
Yeah, the wind section or whatever.
So the only reason why it's possible to drop the 1 cycle on Egg Rocket is because that silly little mine that's floating around him. I used to be able to hit the 0 cycle really consistently, and then just I all of a sudden started... That's not the right move. Dang it. Okay. I don't remember what I was talking about. All I know is Big Arms is doing shenanigans. Hit that.
Big Arms
there we go.
The jerk. There we go.
Alright. Okay, just ring's gonna fly too far away. There's a way. I don't think you need to damage boost to do it, but it's a lot more consistent if you damage boost. Where Amy's hammer spin will just hit him when he's in the floor. Okay then. Big Arms aim to throw hands today. Wow! He is mean! There we go. Now we're moving into Sonic and Knuckles. I'm going to be seeing all of these fights plus 2 more in the next run I'm going to be doing, but with a fun little twist because I'm running New Game Plus. So these fights are honestly pretty straightforward. There's one coming up that it's gonna be like a minute 40 of absolutely nothing happening. Fortunately, we have 2 fights before then. Well, we have still half a minute of nothing happening here. I do not understand why they decided that this section of Flying Battery needed to be in Boss Rush. But this is your reminder to stay hydrated.
It's a very good reminder. I need to make sure to get more water when we are between runs.
I might need to do the same, actually.
Self-care is best care, chat.
Eggman is finally here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. I've never gotten that on one jump before. I didn't know that was possible.
Yo, let's go.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, also, this is a fight... What am I doing? Okay, that is not what you're supposed to do in this fight. You're supposed to have the arm come out like that, and then 1, 2, 3, hit him again, 1, 2... Kind of 3, I think? There we go.
Yeah, Egg Golem there is it moves at different speeds depending on whether you're playing as like Sonic and Tails or Knuckles. And then of course I think
the Knuckles
like,
version is rough.
Yeah, I think that one's like a lot faster if I recall.
Yeah. Yeah, I know this because I recently finished my casual playthrough of playing as Knuckles that I started last year when this game first came out. Yeah, that's a thing. So this fight, it's pretty much nothing because Eggman will only take damage from the mines that he shoots.
Oh yeah, we've got the thrilling gameplay here.
This is still true, even when you're in hyperstate. So, once we get to this fight in the Sonic and Knuckles run, which is coming up next, this is going to just be the Amy Idol animation appreciation fight. Because I'm gonna, in that fight, just pop Hyper and stand on the lava and do absolutely no other movements until right at the end.
I recall Amy's Idol animations are actually really cute.
I love Amy's idle animation. They're really funny. Alright, so this should be the second to last cycle, looking at the time. Oh, okay, that's actually really bad. I need to take special care not to get hit here.
You got this.
This second mine has me a little bit worried. Jump. There we go.
Good stuff.
And now we have the final fight of the run. Time is going to be coming up on the 8th hit of the second phase.
Well, they give
So
you
we got
rings for this. All right.
Yep, the giant Eggman Robo, or Death Egg Finale, whatever you want to call it. I actually don't get that scared of this fight with 0 rings because of the amount of times I've been playing Boss Rush. I've gotten here with 1 life left and actually managed to win. So should be able to get this in 3 tries. Could be able to get this in 1 try, but there's always the chance that Eggman, after each time the laser or the Master Emerald is exposed, will shoot fire out of his nose. I don't think that's healthy. I think he should get that checked out, but I have gotten hit by that fire a lot.
Yeah, it can
And
be really good job. I also said good games, but I was like, that's just GG.
8-6, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that was actually quite good. Should be able to get you a time in just a moment. That was a 21:59.7.
That might be my fastest time RTA.
Yeah, because it's this is done by IGT, right?
Yeah, I kind of wish it wasn't, because in Boss Rush, the IGT doesn't take deaths into account for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got like a 216 Sonic 1 Boss Rush with Tails. Either that run or the PB I had right before that died twice and was still like a top 10 time, which is kind of funny.
But yeah, good job on like the Boss Rush. Like everything you were worried about, you absolutely nailed.
Thank you. That is Amy All Boss Rush. That is a very scary category. Yeah, I'm very happy with how that went. I was very worried about Egg Wrecker, Metal Sonic, and Gravitron, just because Gravitron's a butt. But yeah, gonna give real quick a few shout-outs. Shout-outs to the Classic Sonic speedrunning community, for being really cool and really supportive. Some of the ILs with Amy that some of the community members have been doing is just absolutely absurd, and I love to see it. Shoutouts to Amber and to everyone else on the Fast Paced Events staff team for giving me a lot of really, really cool opportunities in regards to marathons, whether it be running or volunteering. That it really, really means a lot. And another shout out to Amber and also just to GDQ in general for having me on for Hotfix. This has been a lot of fun, and also it's kind of surreal because the first speedrun I ever watched was on the GDQ YouTube channel a few years ago. And I, for one thing, at the time, never thought I was going to be speedrunning, but 2, never thought that I was going to be speedrunning to the point where I'm here, which is a really, really cool experience for me.
Yeah, we're thrilled to have you on board, and when I saw the submission come in for Passion Project, I was like, oh, heck yeah. Like, we're definitely, I just definitely wanted to find some time to reach out to you and have you on the show. And we're not quite done yet either. We still got one more run, but just a reminder once more that if you are watching this and you're watching on YouTube, press the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel, go to gamesdonequick.twitch. Good URL. Go to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in looking at our live content. We will be right back in just a few minutes because we've got Sonic and Knuckles Amy and Tails New Game Plus. So if you want to see Amy zoom around a little more with a cute two-tailed fox following her around, this is a good time. And also, hydration check. We'll be right back in just a few minutes with more Sonic Origins. Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 14 of Passion Project. We are joined one more time by Slosh W here with Sonic and Knuckles Sonic Origins version with Amy, Rose, and Tails in New Game Plus. Slosh, I won't take any more of your time. Go ahead and take it away.
All right, hey everyone, it's me, Slosh again. More Sonic Origins. So, as I mentioned before the boss rush run, Origins is a collection of Sonic 1, Sonic CD, Sonic 2, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles is counted as one game in Origins, so you can't start just a Sonic and Knuckles save. However, there's a fun little workaround. The Sonic & Knuckles Amy and Tails New Game Plus run is pretty much, I take a save file that I have already finished, and we start at Mushroom Hill Zone, which is the first zone of Sonic & Knuckles, and then play to the end of the game as Amy and Tails. This means also, since it's a finished save, that I will have access to all 7 of the Super Emeralds, which are different than the Chaos Emeralds, I swear.
They are legally distinct, can confirm.
And that means that Amy will be able to go into her hyper state upon getting 50 rings on each stage. There will be some times where I don't immediately activate hyper state upon hitting 50 rings, and that is just because I want to ensure that I don't run out of rings before the boss. There's a fun little gimmick or quirk with Amy's hyperstate that I'll talk about a little bit more once we get into the run. But with all that out of the way, I'm going to give a quick countdown, and then we are going to be off.
All right,
So-
feel free to count us down and take it away.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So we are going to be starting off with a lovely cutscene with Knuckles. Fun fact, of the main cast in this game, Sonic is the only character that won't be appearing in this run. Mecha Sonic will be appearing.
Close
but-
enough.
Yeah, very similar. Now this, need to make sure that I don't bonk my head on the ceiling. There we go. Big jump, got the speed shoes, and now we are going to be running it through. I honestly cannot ever remember the jump timing on that part of the stage. Amy, come on. Well, these speed shoes are going to be running out a lot earlier than I want. Oh boy. All right. Okay, good. I got that jump. I did not mean to grab that rope. I meant to do a bounce off of one of the bouncy mushrooms. That was almost really bad. I'm gonna just pop Hyperstate now because I need the extra speed. This Mushroom Hill one has not been kind to me. There's a fun little thing coming up that I'm going to be using in pretty much all of the boss fights. I have a serious name for this ability and a sort of meme name for the ability. The serious name is Chaos Hammerstorm. The meme name is Chaos Home Depot. So pretty much the way it works is once Amy goes into her hyper state, if you press the button that activates super state or hyper state, so in the case of my Xbox controller, the Y button, she will throw a mini Pico Pico hammer. And you can just mash this and throw a stream of Pico Pico hammers. So this ability makes her even more of an absolute boss destroyer than she already was with her aerial, what's it called? Spin hammer attack thing in the air. I know abilities in this game. So the I think the first clip of this that I saw was on Flying Fox's stream. So shout outs to Flying Fox for showing the world Chaos Home Depot. And it was actually on the boss fight coming up. So I'm going to just spin dash there, and then I'm going to purposefully just stand in Eggman. Also, you'll notice that when I'm in hyper state and I'm charging a spin dash, there will be times when Amy will just throw some hammers, and that's because the way I slide my finger across my 3 spin dash buttons also just sometimes hits the hyper button as well.
The hammers just yeeting into the void it's actually pretty great. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and actually, the yeeting the hammers is the main difference between Super Amy and Hyper Amy.
Super Amy, I assume, is just akin to the super states that all the characters get in Mania, for example, where it's just fast invincibility, maybe higher jump or something.
Yeah, so Super Amy is exactly that. I did not mean to jump there. Increased speed, invincible, and also, increased speed, invincible, increased jump height. The weird thing is, once you collect all of the Super Emeralds in this game, it will say Super Amy, even though it is very much not Super Amy. Super Amy very much cannot just spawn an endless stream of Pico Pico hammers. Also, sorry, Tails. Okay, he's back. Tails is the magician. And he's probably not going to help out in this room like normal. Yeah, he's nowhere to be found. Usually what oh wait, no, not worth it at this point. Usually what I want to have is Tails actually with me for most of the room, so that way I can just fly and see the whole thing. But that happens very infrequently. I'm gonna pop Hyper now, so that way I don't get hit by the tank, and 2, can just take this section as fast as I want. I'm going back, and I need to be careful to not get crushed up ahead. Alright, let's just activate it. Get that. Come here, buddy. Tails is going to take us to the top route, and this is the first of many... Okay, he's gone. There we go. This is going to be the first of many times we utilize Tails' amazing flight abilities to sort of go places that we wouldn't be able to go necessarily otherwise. Also, I just want to say I am so glad that the Sonic Mania development team decided to make it 1 cycle on these missiles instead of 2.
Oh yeah.
I had not played Sonic and Knuckles since I was like probably 3. So I had played Mania a lot more recently, so I was very sad when I got to this stage in Origins. And the missiles did not quite do what I was hoping that they would do. This guy here is the first of a few just sort of auto-scrollery boss fights. Pretty much you just stand on top of him, trick him into using his big wrecking ball hands to hit himself, and that's the fight. And now, Flying Battery 2. This is a place that I have lost a minute on in the past due to just spin dashing when you're really not supposed to spin dash. Okay, come on, Amy. There we go. There are a lot of things on this stage that can just result in you getting crushed. I unfortunately have been on the receiving end of this many times. And also, now Amy can use her Hammer Rush to just run up walls. I don't think that was a thing before a recent patch. So that was a cool thing that they did in the patch. And not cool thing is they unfortunately broke Tails in Sonic 1, so you pretty much can't run him anymore.
Aww.
Fortunately, the development team is aware of the issue, so hopefully we will get a fix on that soon. But there are just spots in Sonic 1 where if you jump with Tails, he will just leave.
Gone forever, bye.
Yeah, pretty much.
Must go, my planet of orange hindrances need me. Actually, is Tails orange or is Tails yellow in this game? Tails looks yellow to me and always has. Amy's skirt, that's just definitively orange.
I think Tails is like a lighter shade. I'm going to pop Hyper now. Also, I just realized I wasn't in my Hyper state, and this is a spot where... Whoa!
Yeah, fair to wait on that cycle.
I've been crushed by that, and also right before the run started, I noticed someone from the classic Sonic speedrunning community in the chat say, don't get crushed after the checkpoint on Flying Battery 2. I'm glad that I read that warning, because that almost happened. Okay. There's the other checkpoint that you can just get destroyed right after. You know, also, I gotta say, I think that Amber and Argic and Huds and everyone else are a little too mean to Tails.
Alright, in all fairness, I actually love Tails a lot, but Huds is the one who started saying orange hindrance, and I wanted to, like, contest the fact that he says orange, because Tails is most decidedly yellow for me. It's like, if you look at Amy's skirt, that is absolutely orange. Tails doesn't share, like, any colors except for maybe his shading. Tails looks like Kraft mac and cheese.
You know, that's fair. You know what? I'm gonna just do the idle animation, even though it's going to get disrupted by the floor. Yeah, oh wait, no it's not, never mind. What am I talking about? But yeah, Tails has very infrequently been, a troll to me. I don't know why. But actually, the, sort of like laser prison-like part of the boss fight, before the floor starts moving, if I, like, forget to go hyper and lose all my rings and can't go hyper for that fight, I'll just have Tails ram his face into the thing, and that's pretty much the next best thing. Tails is gonna be cutting some pages in half later. But now, my favorite zone in all of Sonic.
Is this sarcasm? Because if it's not, I'm right there with you. If it is sarcasm, how dare you?
It's not sarcasm at all.
Okay. Someone understands me.
I have always adored desert-themed stages in games, and this one is right up my alley. This stage is one giant cycle. Just set of cycles that you're constantly trying to beat out. This is a stage that also I have fought very hard to contest the Amy IL world record on. I currently am not holding it, but I am very close. Tails, I need you to come over here. Not that high? Okay, that guy just... Tails. Tails?
Tails is gone forever. There he is.
There we go.
I think the problem is once he goes into player flight mode, the more you press A to stay in the at the surface of the quicksand, the higher he's just gonna go.
Yeah. Here we go. Alright. So that happened. My jump button really does not like that moving block above the pit of sand. Okay, that did not go exactly how I was hoping. I timed my jump wrong. So I was supposed to do a jump off that slope and jump straight over to that platform, but instead Tails is gonna be homie. That's actually the first time I've used Tails to get up there. Because every other time I've missed that, it's been while ILing, which is just with Amy. Whereas in this run, Tails is here too. Now we are coming down to the boss, which is another one of these thrilling gameplay the boss
yes.
type of things.
Yeah, this is one of the bosses that aren't included in the boss rush. This and
Yeah.
Sky Sanctuary bosses.
Yeah, so the Act 1 bosses aren't included, and then Knuckles in Hidden Palace and Mecha Sonic in Sky Sanctuary are not included.
Also, to the person asking if we really like the Ghost section too, I do. I like Sando Act 2.
Sando Act 2 is so good.
It's such a really cool atmospheric stage. Like, I played this game, like, when I was a kid, like, I had a big, like, I was a big fan of, like, Egyptology and stuff like that when I was in school. Like, all my favorite
Same.
classes, if they weren't art and, like, music and theater, it was always, like, the history classes when we were studying, like, Egypt and ancient Mesopotamia and stuff like that. So, like, Sandopolis was, like, always, like, my favorite stage in this game, even though, like, the darkness mechanic scared me a lot as a kid, and I had no idea how to beat the game as Sonic for, like, years. It took me a while to figure it out as Knuckles, and I think Sonic 2 and Knuckles was, like, the first game I ever beat with no help from my mom.
Well, the ghosts have been
followed by
released.
Sonic 3. Yep, the ghosts are out in the open.
Yeah, so this stage has a handful of fun little gimmicks to it. There's the dimming lights and the ghosts as the big ones. So there are levers hanging from the ceiling in a lot of different places that will turn the lights back on. Under normal circumstances, like there's one right there, the lights will gradually dim and the ghosts will get bigger and gain more power. That is really unfortunate. Now I'm not sure if I'll be able to go hyper at the optimal time. Hopefully it won't. I should be able to, looking at my ring count right now.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. There you go.
Alright, and then we're going to go up here. I'm going to pull this light switch because the ghosts stress me on this portion of the stage. And then I call this portion of the stage the Sunbaked Sandcastle portion because Sunbaked Sandcastle was one of my favorite Mario Galaxy levels as a kid, and it's a very similar mechanic going on.
This always stressed me out as Sonic. Like, it gave me big anxiety because, like, Sonic 2, Chemical Plant Zone gave me, like, the fear of getting crushed or drowning in video games that I carried with me until, like, I'm 30 now, but, like, I was, like, 2 years old playing Sonic 2.
Good job, Hills.
And it's just, like, there are some things that carry with you, and just, like, fear of getting crushed in video games was, like, perpetuated by this series. Thanks, Sonic. It's still my favorite gaming franchise, but my god. I love anxiety-inducing video games.
Alright, so Tails was almost an undefeated champion in this section, but then he dropped me there, which is fine, because he still did a lot, and now we pop Hyper. So I don't want to pop Hyper State before I get through that section, because, well, when you're super or hyper, your ring count depletes. And I want to be able to hold this hyper state until the boss, because I want to just yeet a bunch of hammers in a golem's face. I don't want to do it while standing on a golem's shoulder, or else I will get crushed. That has happened. That happened earlier today when I was practicing, and I felt like a little silly jelly bean when I did that. Also, you can just jump across that gap instead of needing to... I don't actually know what the intended way of going across that gap is, but anyway, we're at the boss. You know what? I can just do this. Bye, boss. Where am I? There I am. That... I think's the fastest reading of Sando 2 I've had. Which is mildly annoying, because I always like to have my PBs and the little my data and rankings thing in Sonic Origins to be with just ILing, but that stage is monstrous.
That stage is very long as any solo character that isn't like Tails and Knuckles.
I am going to grab this lightning shield for a little bit of extra durability. And now... Okay, so... The first Sonic game the first Sonic anything that I learned to run was the Amy Mania mod for Sonic Mania that adds Amy as playable.
I remember when you got into that.
I will just say, I never, properly learned the route to Lava Reef 1. So, I'm always mostly going in the right direction. I, forget a lot the, general placement of, blocks and stuff, which is really annoying because this is a very clunky stage. Also, I need to be ready to pop Piper before long. Thank you, Tails, for helping there instead of doing what you normally do. This is a stage Tails is usually not very helpful on.
I feel when you realize you're muted.
Huh?
I realized I was muted because I was trying to say that a lot of people I know really like Lava Reef, whether it's the Sonic 3 and Knuckles version or the Mania version.
What the heck?
What in the world?
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that was new. And I'm just sitting here I just don't see what the hype is with Lava Reef other than its music and general aesthetic. Because, like you said, it is a very clunky stage. The terrain isn't even, and it's got some amount of kind of confusing verticality sometimes. But overall, I just found the fact that, casually speaking, when I was playing the game as a kid, I just needed a fire shield. If I had no fire shield, it was just an unplayable level for me. Just because it's Sonic, I would like to go fast, but it's got a similar Marble Zone from Sonic 1 kind of problem where it's a lot of stop and go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not huge on the gameplay of Lava Reef 1. I do really like Lava Reef 2. I love the aesthetic of both stages though, because
the aesthetic is great.
Much like the whole desert stages, I also just absolutely adore in games volcano stages and haunted stages, which I think is another reason why Sando 2 I like so much.
Yeah, I definitely, if anyone has ever played Sonic Heroes, Mystic Mansion is easily my favorite stage in that game by far. Both music and just general design. I really like haunted stages as well.
Lights out. I love the glowing crystal effect of Lava Reef 2.
Yeah, this is a really pretty stage.
Also, I'm gonna just say what they did to the music on Lava Reef 2 and Sonic Mania. One of the best pieces of music to come out of a 2D Sonic, hands down.
Yeah, there's some bangers, but that one is just incredible. T-Lopes outdid himself with that piece.
Spin dash. I lost my fire shield getting really clumsy. So, thank goodness I got out of that.
Yeah, you made that.
I'm trying to think, do I actually get a fire shield and do I actually need a fire shield? There's a fun little gimmick about this stage coming up in a little bit, and that is the way the boss fight works. So, the boss fight is kind of not great. It's thrilling gameplay, the boss fight. It is the auto-scroller boss fight to end all auto-scroller boss fights.
It's true.
But the way you get there is a bit different. There's a full-on screen transition. Come on. I'm trying to get a really cheesy jump. There we go.
Hey, would you like to do that really cheesy jump again?
Yes, I would. Thank you for asking. I always take special care not to fall in that hole, and there we go. But yeah, we're gonna get to see right here. So Knuckles is gonna push this boulder down, and we are going to fall down this hole.
I think you
Full on
dropped
screen
Super Saiyan
transition. Upon that happening, hyperstate gets deactivated. So the reason why this is so useful is because otherwise, let's be honest, with the amount of rings I had, I would have burned out of hyperstate sometime during the boss fight, which would not have been good. Also, I have popped hyperstate during this platforming section. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, no, oh my goodness. There's a fan game I've run in the past called Sonic Time Twisted, and I run best ending in that, where I aim to get Super Sonic by the end of the second zone, and get all 14 emeralds and time stones, because that's what you collect in that game. There is deliberately a boss, I think it's the end of Zone 2, where I actually do not want to be super because it's so slippery and difficult to control. So finer platforming, not what Super's here for. Also,
Yeah,
we're here to appreciate Amy's idle animation.
Yep, Amy's just doing her thing. Eggman cannot hit us, we can't hit him. Amy's happy about being in the middle of a volcano and standing on the lava. I looked back at the game right as Eggman was getting hit, and the face he made was so perfect for what's going on. Yeah, this fight's something. Thrilling gameplay, I say. I literally have not touched my joystick on this controller once since I stopped moving.
Yeah.
Tails is also, like, indestructible, apparently. Like, he's getting hit, but he doesn't care.
Maybe he cares a little, but
Alright, he's
I
just,
think
like,
he'll
off
walk
the
it off.
screen now.
I'll walk it off.
Alright, Tails, get the early hit. Thank you, buddy. Nice. And time on Lava Reef 2, 420. Thanks to missing or jumping straight down that pit right before the boss. Going straight into Hidden Palace. This stage is kind of cool, really short, and the boss fight is hilarious. So just a few spin dashes, go to this teleporter, and a few more spin dashes, and you're at the boss. I'm gonna just run into Knuckles because I forgot to stop spin dashing. But yeah, he doesn't really know how to handle this.
He really doesn't.
I don't think he's seen a hammer before in his life. So that's the fight. That took me way longer than I'm willing to admit to figure out the pattern to that. And now Eggman's taking the Master Emerald, which is a problem. So
Yeah, something
also,
about, like, you know, Angel Island will fall into the ocean, something along those lines. Also, if I recall, that boss's health is just 256.
which boss?
Or not boss, that instance of Eggman, because you can damage him all you want, right? I'm pretty sure his health value is just 256, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I learned the hard way in, I had mentioned the Boss Rush fan mod, Robotnik's Revenge, that, like, merges Sonic 1 and 2's bosses in a Boss Rush mode. You have your spin dash throughout all of it, and you can play as Tails. And I remember doing a run, and I soft-locked in Final Zone boss as Tails because I was spin dashing, and Tails is just a tiny bit smaller than Sonic. And I got the final hit twice by accident, which rolled Eggman's health in Final Zone to, like, 256 because it underflows the boss health.
Oh my gosh.
So in the original, if you somehow do that in the original release as well of Sonic 1, like, just, or in the Genesis version, basically, just don't hit Eggman twice in the, like, while he's doing his death animation, don't hit him again. He'll just gain, like, basically almost infinite health.
Yeah, so that's actually interesting because in Origins, you can't hit that boss more than once each cycle.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. I assume the iframes are just extended to prevent that. I'm not sure if it was just like meant as a failsafe to kind of retain the original intent of that boss fight without spin dash being there, or if it was meant to deal with the fact that if you were to spin dash into him while he's doing his death animation, he would just underflip his health.
Alright, so I want to go up here because it's safer. I think this route's slower, but there's a fire shield up ahead that I'm going to grab, and I want to take things as safe as possible until I get it, because I got hit during the Mechasonic Egg Wrecker fight, and I need to make sure that I have Hyperstate for the final fight against Mechasonic at the end of the level, because the amount of time that saves is enormous, and also I am just really... Tails? I'm just really bad at that Mechasonic fight, for whatever reason. Yeah, so Tails can just sort of cut this stage in half.
Yep. It's pretty
so going to have Tails fly me up here, and then going to run over here, and then this is the big skip. Fly up and to the left a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that like all this came from like the same devs as Sonic Mania and like Sonic CD 2011 and the Android ports, so the 2013 ports of Sonics 1 and 2. Tails has a fast flight mechanic where if you get your A inputs together in such a way, as Tails jumps off the ground, he can use the upward momentum to suddenly fly upwards a lot faster without having him exhaust his flight meter or flight time as much. That was absurd. Just here, have some hammers. But the reason why Tails will sometimes just go yeet up into the sky because his planet needs him is because you're getting fast flight with player-controlled Tails. So like he'll just very quickly zoom out of reach of Amy, Sonic, or Knuckles.
I knew that spring was there, and I still let it get me. Oh, shoot. Alright, grab the lightning shield. Or don't grab the lightning shield. Tails, I need you, buddy.
Can you appear, Tails, please?
There we go.
The Super Mecha fight is Knuckles only, by the way, for chat asking.
Yeah, that fight is brutal. So, I don't have my lightning shield, which is scary, because I really need to make sure that I have Hyperstate for the boss at the end of this stage. Because this boss is frighteningly hard otherwise, and also just, it's hilarious. I hate the spikes in the ceiling. If I'm hyper for this fight, it is hilariously chaotic. You get out of here. So I have been in worse situations, ring count-wise, at this point in the stage before. Fortunately, this absolutely awful room is filled with rings. So I'm going to try to hit these two buttons on the top. Or not. Tails, I really need you to hit that button, buddy. Nope. There he is.
You need me to what? I couldn't hear you. You want me to hit the buttons on the other side? Okay, I'll come over to you.
There we go. Alright, okay. Yeah, this room sucks. There we go. You know what? I'm just popping hyper now. I think I did that earlier today and I didn't get in trouble for it. But that room went very poorly. I will admit. Jump up here, but fortunately we're almost to the end of the stage. Just run over here. That checkpoint literally means nothing because, yeah. So this fight is usually frightening as heck for me, but I'm invincible. There is nothing this boss can do to hurt me.
Yeah, I've gotten crushed by the platforms that it spins around, but that's without like super or hyper states. Because I have a habit of playing without emeralds when I replay this game, just because I apparently like punishment.
The amount of times that I have started the stage and then either hit the spring and or just run immediately into the guy and just die 5 seconds into the stage is a higher number than I would prefer.
I'm pretty sure a lot of us in the speedrunning community have died on the very first enemy there. Like, just spin dash jump, and then it's just like, yeet, right into the enemy.
You spin dash and die to that enemy, that's the mark of being a true speedrunner. So this stage...
or dying in Sky Chase in Sonic 2.
You know, I have quite the habit of falling off of planes in this game. I've fallen off the Sky Chase. I have slipped off the plane in Mirage Saloon and Mania while being super. During the boss fight.
I've done that after the boss fight with Tails. I didn't know that they had kept the fact that you could spin dash off the plane. Oh no!
I did that earlier today. And I was like, okay, during Hotfix, I have to make sure that I don't do that. Oh well, fortunately, I was able to retrieve a lot of those rings, which is good. There's something really cool in the Death Egg. Okay, I'm apparently up here. Please go down. There's something really cool in the Death Egg finale fight that I want to show off. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen. But this is the most stressful part of probably any run that's like beat the game or beat the game adjacent in Sonic Origins, because those seesaws will just fall away and they're over nothing.
Yeah, they
and
sure
the checkpoints
are.
And the checkpoints right after them for whatever reason. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna have hyperstate for the boss on this stage, which is the problem. Because I will admit, I am not very good at the boss on Death Egg 2. So that... Oh wait, that's another one that's just not in
there.
Boss Rush. I completely forgot.
You go straight into the Death Egg Robo rather than whatever in the world that thing is called.
It's a ball.
Yeah, it's basically the ooh boss from what I understand, because it makes ooh noises. I'm just repeating what I've been told.
It's the ooh woo ball.
It's the ooh.
It does make those sounds. Okay, good. I have the lightning shield for this, so I can just run on that.
Yeah. Should be okay there.
63 rings. So I've got to beat this fight in like 13 seconds if I want to show off everything I want to show off. So if you can get the hammers around the bounce pads, they will damage it. Nice! Oh my gosh, I'm actually gonna get to do this. Okay, so also Tails is out there for some reason. We got Death Egg Finale. This is a 3-phase fight this time. So time is going to be on the 8th hit when Eggman is running away carrying the Master Emerald in his Eggmobile. So I am going to wait to pop Hyperstate until the 2nd phase. So something interesting about this this fight is the first attempt that you have of the fight, you will keep any elemental shields and rings that you've had at the end of the Death Egg 2 boss. Which means Hyper Amy's on the table.
Oh god.
And yes, the hammers do exactly what you want them to do. It is a little bit finicky to aim them though. Okay, there we go. But now I don't have hyperstate for this part. It just does not. If you're in hyperstate, completely cancels out. All right, 1 hit, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no, I was wrong. Time is on when the fade to white is finished and the explosion stop.
Yes. Fade to white.
There we go. Time is going to be coming up. Now, time.
GG. Everyone get your GGs out for Slosh. That was a very fun run. That was a... that looks like it was a 37:29.7 RTA.
That is a PB, and because I believe I am the only person who runs this category, that is also world record.
Yo, let's go. We got a... What other, was it Sonic CD world record, Boss Rush?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2 world records in, like, one night. That's some good stuff right there. Congratulations.
Thanks. I had a 37:39 earlier today, and I was like, dang it, there was so much time to save over my previous PB, and because I really wanted to PB in this category on Hotfix, just because I thought it'd be so cool. Also, Angel Island's fine though. But being able to still string together something good enough to save some of the time from the absolute mishap that was Death Egg earlier today. Very, very happy with how that went. Yeah, I think, well, credits roll. I think it's time for more shoutouts, for another round of shoutouts.
Go for it.
Shoutouts to, again, the classic Sonic speedrunning community for being super supportive and super encouraging, and just a really nice group of people. So much fun to grind and push times on ILs and RTAs and stuff like that down with alongside everyone. It is a very fun experience. Again, like I said at the end of the Boss Rush run, shoutouts to Amber Cyprin and the rest of the Fast Pace Events staff team for giving me a lot of marathon opportunities, both as a runner and as a volunteer. That just means the world to me, to be able to help just fight for such great causes in so many ways that I just have a lot of fun with. Another shout out to Amber and also to GDQ for having me on tonight. This was an absolute blast.
I'm really glad to have been able to give you those opportunities, both like with Fast Pace Events, which is my events team, but also here on the GDQ Hotfix, because Passion Project is what it says on the tin. It's the variety show that encourages anyone and everyone in the speedrun community to showcase, the projects that they're passionate about, whether it's, a conventional run of like, oh, let's just do any % beat the game, that sort of deal, or it's something a little more like a side category like Boss Rush, or whether it's been like a randomizer or, anything anything you want. I've had unconventional categories, controllers, you name it on the show, and we're like 14 episodes into this. I used to run the show Never Before Seen, if you maybe recognize me from that, but my favorite experiences have always been with runners like you, who are really just happy to be here, like whether it's the GDQ stage or not, like people who are thrilled to be able to just show people, what they're, it's like, hey, I love playing this game and I want to tell you about it while I play it and show off like all the hard work I've put into it. That's the kind of thing I really love, and people like you and Sam Bubblebass earlier and his commentator Actual Chatter Chief, people like that are who I'm looking to work with here in speedrunning. And thank you again for offering these runs and for being here and being awesome.
Yeah, thank you for running a show like this. This is honestly so cool.
We get the ending animation. This is delightful.
Yep. And one last note, I'm gonna make shameless plug.
Oh, of course.
If you enjoy watching Sonic speedruns, especially Sonic Origins speedruns, I speedrun a lot of Sonic. over on twitch.tv/sloshw. I also speedrun some marble rollers like Super Monkey Ball and Rolled Out, which is an indie marble roller that is a lot like Monkey Ball, but slightly different. I also just like to stream a variety of stuff. I also have YouTube, /W over there as well. Posts Sonic speedruns, mostly. I'm hoping to sort of start going into more of a variety, but there's a lot of Sonic speedrun action over there. And I think that's about everything from me.
All right. Well, thank you again, Slosh, and hope to see like where your speedrun journey continues to take you going forward. I want to remind everyone one final time, Awesome Games Done Quick, not Done Kick, 2024 will be live in person January 14th through the 21st in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Speedrun submissions will close on September 10th. You are running out of time if you want to get those submissions polished and in for the event. Volunteer submissions will be closing on September 18th. They are open now. Use !AGDQ in Twitch chat for more information on that. And if you're interested in cameras, check-ins, tech, or any other volunteer positions, be sure to apply. Even if you don't have any experience, you are welcomed, and you got to get your foot in the door somehow. Speedrunning has something for everyone, even if you feel like you don't want to be actively running a game. Participating in events as a volunteer is a great way to get started with that. And Slosh can definitely, say that as well. And also, GDQX will be live from TwitchCon October 20th through the 22nd. The event will take place on the Games Done Quick stage, as well as streamed live on our Twitch channel. Use GDQX in Twitch chat with an exclamation point before it to find out more information and check out the games list. Tune in tomorrow, by the way, for the first step, followed by Think Fast, all starting at 7 p.m. And remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, press the like button, fill the like bucket, and, subscribe to the channel. Also, go to twitch.tv/Games Done Quick. I got the URL right that time if you're interested in looking at our live content. Until then, though, please look after yourselves and your loved ones. Drink some water, stretch your legs, eat a snack, and take your medication or vitamins if you need to. And remember that you are valid and deserve all the best. Send all of this wonderful positive energy over to our raid target for the night and have a great rest of your night. Bye.